If you're on the brink of paying off your mortgage, congratulations, but hold the celebrations, because I have 7 essential steps that you need to take in order to actually seal the deal. Now, I wish I had this information when I was getting ready to pay off my mortgage a year ago, but that's all the more reason of making this video, so that way I can help you avoid the mistakes that I made. Now, whether you're a speed demon and you're paying off your mortgage super early, or you triumphantly reach the end of the mortgage marathon, it isn't as simple as making that last payment and walking away. No, unfortunately not, because that would be way too easy. So let's dive into step number 1 of 7 that you need to take care of, and that starts with requesting a payoff statement. Now start by jumping online or calling your mortgage service provider and asking them for a payoff statement. Now this is mandatory. Even if you're down to the very last payment, you have to do this. Now what you want to do is when they issue you your payoff statement, jot down the good through date, because that's the deadline to financial freedom. And watch out, there is a fee alert on this. So they don't like to just make it easy, right? They got to keep charging you as much money as they possibly can. And yes, there's a fee to request the payoff statement. For me personally, when I requested my payoff statement, it was an additional $30. And what they did is they added that to the final payoff quote amount. But in any case, it was still $30 extra I had to pay simply to request a form that probably was free for them to generate anyway, but I digress. Number 2, you need to figure out your best payment option for your final payment. Now you might be like, well, I already have automatic payments set up, I already have checks going, whatever. It sadly doesn't actually work. The usual methods won't cut it on your final payment. For the final payment, you either have to do a certified check or a wire transfer from your bank account. What I decided to do is a wire transfer. Now, I found that wire transfers are a little bit more safe, a little bit more secure, and a lot quicker to do. So that way, when you decide, okay, I'm going to pay it on this date, you request the wire transfer from your bank, and they'll immediately send it to whatever the bank is in the instructions of your payoff statement. Now, for mine, it wasn't paying directly to the mortgage servicer. It was actually saying, send it to M&T Bank. So it was a whole different process to pay this thing off. So I had to set up my wire transfer from my bank into M&T Bank, which is the mortgage servicer's bank, and that's how they made it official. And here's another one. You're going to have another fee alert on number 2, and mine personally cost $25, but there is likely a wire transfer fee. And it usually is charged by your bank, so this will not be part of your payoff quote. This is something you're going to have to pay out of pocket to your bank, and it can range in price. Mine personally was $25. Yours might be less, yours might be more, but just be aware of that. Number 3 thing to do is check on your escrow account. As you paid your mortgage over the years, you likely had escrow. And escrow pays for your property tax as well as your insurance, and the mortgage company collects that every single month. Now, depending on when you pay off your mortgage in full, they may still have that escrow balance sitting there. And this is actually the opposite of a fee alert. This is a good thing. You get that refunded to you. And if you have still a lot of money in that, that could be like a nice little check coming to you after you pay off your mortgage. But be warned, I would not actually go and spend this in a celebration cruise because you paid off your mortgage. Find other money to do that, because you're going to want to actually keep this money, because now property taxes and insurance fall to you to pay every single year. Now, what I personally do is I opened up a savings account. And you can get a good rate savings account. In fact, right now, as of the recording of this video, rates are right around 4% or 5%. And then what you can do is basically create your own escrow account, and now you're going to get paid interest on top of it. And sure, 4 or 5% isn't really a lot in the grand scheme of things, but I'd rather be making money on that money as it grows throughout the year that I pay my insurance and then I pay my property tax. Which leads us to the next point, which is you got to prepare to be an actual owner of the home. Which now that you don't have escrow, you're going to want to call your home insurance company. So call the homeowner's insurance and let them know that you are now mortgage free. Typically, they're going to ask for the payoff or the satisfaction or the lien release, one of those documents. All you have to do once you seal the deal, show that to them, and then they'll take off the lien request, which means that the insurance bill will now come directly to you at your home address and not go to the mortgage company. Because what you don't want to do is next year, for some reason, your insurance goes to the mortgage company, they ignore it, and then you're overdue on your insurance payment because you never got the bill in the first place. So always make sure you do that. The second thing you're going to want to do is contact your local property appraiser. Wherever you live, make sure you contact them to let them know that you are now mortgage free, so that they also send you the tax bill every year or whatever that payment schedule is, so that you pay their taxes directly. They will also need that satisfaction of mortgage document, so make sure you have that handy so you can give that to them so they know that you truly are mortgage free. Same thing with the insurances. I put my taxes into saving. Here's what I actually ended up doing. If you have direct deposit with your company, with the job that you have, take your average insurance cost as well as your average expected taxes. Add that up for the whole year and divide by 12 for 12 months in the year. Then that lets you know how much you should be transferring into this savings account every month to save up for your taxes and insurance. If you get paid weekly, you could divide this by 52 weeks. That total amount could then tell you how much money you should transfer in with your direct deposit every single week that you get paid. So let's say you get paid every week. What you would then want to do is, let's say your homeowner's insurance is $1,200 a year and that your property tax is maybe $5,000 a year. You take that total amount, which is $6,200, divided by 52 weeks in the year, and that would give you $119.23. So I would round that up to $120, and I would go into my direct deposit and say, every week I want $120 automatically sent to this savings account. Then at the end of the year, I can easily just pay off my tax, pay off the insurance, and not worry about it. All the while earning 4 or 5% in annual interest, depending on what the interest rate is at the time that you're watching this video. So you want to cancel any automatic mortgage payments. This is very critical because what you don't want to do is have all of a sudden your bank send money to your mortgage statement for the next month and you don't have a mortgage anymore, because then you got to go and try to get that refunded and it becomes a little bit of a process. So go online if you do make automatic monthly mortgage payments and cancel that, because now you get to keep all that money every single month. And last but not least, frame your mortgage release statement. This is your trophy, your official satisfaction of mortgage. Secure it from either your property appraiser, your clerk of courts, or wherever it comes from. Hang that on a wall because you deserved it. You paid off your mortgage, and now every single month, all that extra money you had to put toward the mortgage, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month, is now money you get to invest or save or do whatever you want with it. And that is the ultimate freedom flex. What are you going to do with your extra money that you have from your mortgage payment? Comment down below and let me know. For me personally, I'm investing it because we are saving up for financial independence and the FIRE movement. So now I'm taking my mortgage payment, putting it away, and I'm going to let it grow over time to amass a great wealth. And there you have it. These are the 7 steps to make sure that you safely and securely pay off your mortgage the right way. If you found value in this, make sure you share it with other people so that they don't make this mistake as well. Check out this video next, and we'll see you on the next video.